Hello, everybody. This is the Sunday video in Math 100 for October 11th, 2020. Yes, it's October, and it's a pretty exciting time of the year, at least for me anyway. And you can probably tell why with my background and the way my hair looks. All right. It's really hot, so let me take this off, and I'll talk about something more serious here. All right, so the upcoming week is week number 8 in our 16-week fall semester. So that means at the end of this coming week, you will be right at the halfway line. And so the first half of the semester is almost over. This past week, you have studied lessons 10 and 11, which is pretty much all of chapter 4, the chapter on probability and expected values. All right, so I hope this has been a useful chapter for you because, I mean, every day we take risks and we implicitly calculate probabilities in pretty much every decision we make. And so it's really a part of our life as we live each day. And this upcoming week is on statistics. All right, so let me show you from the, as I share the screen, so you can see our Canvas shell. Okay, so this past week, you studied lesson number 10, the first part of probabilities, and then lesson number 11, which is counting an expected value, right? Now this oh yeah, by the way, tomorrow, the October 12th, your homework is due on chapter 4, okay? And where do you find the questions for chapter 4? Well, if you open, each of these, like lesson 10, this is the lesson 10 page, and then lesson 11 page, for each lesson, the exercises assigned are listed on these pages. So take a look at them. Remember, you do have homework keys for each, homework key page for each section or each lesson. So please take a look at that and take advantage of that. So homework due is, the homework chapter 4 is due tomorrow on Monday. And that's going to be on chapter 4, sections 1 through 4. All right, now this coming week, you have lesson 12 and lesson 13. Normally we have two chapters or 2 lessons per week. And that's, again, the same for this coming week, number 8. All right, so basics of statistics, that's lesson 12. And then you go into center and variation. So this is where you'll find the mean, mode, and the median and the standard deviation. All right, now, just so you know, we will have one more lesson. This will not be this coming week, but the following week, lesson number 14 on normal distribution. And that pretty much is the first half of the course. And after that, you'll have test number 2. Okay, the test 2 will cover chapters 3, finance, 4, probability, and 5, statistics. So this test, which is scheduled, not this coming week, but October 27th, right here. Okay, and by the way, that is when your homework for chapter 5 is due. But October 27th is the next test, and that's going to cover finance, probability, and statistics. But for right now, for this upcoming week, just concentrate on lessons 12 and 13. Lesson 12, you will not see any formulas or calculations. This is really about the basic terms or terminology on statistics and statistical studies. And so you'll be studying about sampling and the methods are used in the statistical analysis. All right, so that's what lesson 12 is about. The corresponding section numbers in the book are listed right here. All right, and so that's about it. And study groups are, remember, available. And so you should reach out, especially, and maybe I should have mentioned this when we talked about this past week. There's a question on counting and the probability. So in chapter 4, okay, remember there was one extra credit problem about drawing names out of the hats. And there was a 3-person case, and then the last part of number 83 also asks, what about if you have 4 people and 4 hats? So that's a great question to discuss in your study group. And I would strongly encourage you to communicate with the people or the classmates in your study group. All right, so don't forget to turn in your homework. Remember, the homework should be done by hand unless you have a valid excuse for not being able to do handwriting. check for, I'm going to check your homework for completeness because I know you have answers. So don't just copy the answers. Make sure that as you do your homework problems, you are understanding the concepts so that you can be ready when the test comes. All right, that's about it for today. And so I hope you'll have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. All right, if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact me by email or through Canvas. Okay, all right, have a great week. Take care.